Hey y'all, I just got a call with Joellen that I got off of that we were talking about the best way to do bulk activities. And we will be looking at more ways to kind of set up bulk activities in Salesforce as we start to get more comfortable with it and start building more things out. But for now, I think something that a lot of you may not know about that I think is very beneficial is the ability to assign a single task to multiple contacts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down here and I'm going to get to my task section and I'm going to go ahead and click on new. Traditionally, you create tasks from an account page or a contact page or basically somewhere within someone you're already working. But for a situation like this, I'm going to create a brand new task and I'm going to actually assign it to multiple contacts. So you should recognize the task screen at this point. So I'm going to say the best way for this to work, especially, is for emails. So if you're sending out a mass email to a number of users, you can assign this email to a bunch of different contacts so it shows up on their actual pages. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm sending out an email. So I'll do email for the type, and then subject, I'll do email out. Or if I'm sending like a flyer or a brochure or something, I can put that in the subject. So I can put that in the comments. Sending February Valentine's Day party reminder. Okay. So let's say we're having a Valentine's Day party here. So what I'm going to do here, usually the name field here is pre-filled because like I said, you're going to be working tasks usually from someone's account page. So the contact is usually going to be the contact off the account that is set up or one of the contacts at the account. But what you're able to do is fill out more than one contact. You'll see under name that you have the ability to either assign a contact or a lead to a task. So if someone is not an account yet, you would search or do it for the lead. So if you're working a lead, you would create the task for the lead. But in this situation, I'm going to say that I am going to email out a few contacts from a few different accounts or households, depending on if you're working it from a business development standpoint. You'd be emailing in this situation and creating activity for a number of contacts at different businesses. Or if you're working from a sales standpoint, you would be emailing and or contacting, emailing in this situation, a few different contacts for a household or a couple different households. So you have the ability to do that. So what you do in this situation is you click on the little magnifying glass so you can take a look for a number of different contacts in the system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start typing in part of their name. So let's say we're going to send it out to 3 different contacts and we're going to send this email out to them. So I don't have the names in front of me, so I'm going to just do generic searches and say, one of them is Greg Johnson, one of them is something Smith, we'll say Alex Smith, and then we'll say Jones for the third one. We'll do find. We'll say Angel Jones here. So basically what I did is I selected my accounts, the contacts that said accounts, I selected them to be added to this task. So like in the example I'm given, I'm going to be sending out an email to a group of different professionals, right? So I'm going to say that, hey, I'm going to send out an email to attend our Valentine's Day party to 3 different professionals. Instead of going in and creating 3 different activities, I can create one activity, one task of an email, and I can assign it to these 3 contacts. I can put as many as 50 contacts in here. So I can do more. For the sake of time, I'm going to have to go in and delete all these contacts. So I'm going to only go ahead and do 3 of these. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and assign this. You can see here that it's assigning it to 3 different contacts here. I'm going to put the date scheduled in for today. And I can say that the due date was done on today as well. Okay. So I can change this to complete. And basically what I can do now is hit save, and it will create these contacts for all of those 3 people. So let me go back to the screen and take a note of who I actually sent it to so I can take a look at their contact page. So Greg Jones Jr. was one. Greg. So if I go look up Greg Jones, or Johnson, excuse me, Johnson. If I go look up Greg Johnson Jr. and I look up his contact name, it looks like we got 2 of them, so I'm not sure which one it took. So, this is senior. I want junior. I'm going to go ahead and look at the contact here. And if we go look at his activity, you can see under his activity history, the email out that I just completed is showing up on here. Now, if I go look at Alex Smith, who is the second person, and look at his activity history, I see the same thing. Hey, that email is right on here. So again, it's going to be the same thing for Angel Jones. This is a quick way for you to be able to do basically 3 times the work in one step. You can say, I sent out an email to all these contacts, assign it to all those different contacts, and it'll show up on all their activity history. So I think this is a good way for you guys to do mass functions like that, to be able to assign it to multiple contacts instead of having to go in and create new tasks for each one of these 3 people. As you saw, I created one task, I assigned it to those 3 contacts, and it showed up right on their resident page, or their activity page, I should say, perfectly. If you have any questions on this or anything else, feel free to shoot me an email at salesforcesupport@sigholding.com. Thank you.